Hey guys, today we're going to make this iPad stand. Now this pivots back and forth this way and also swivels from landscape to portrait. I have a pop-up market coming up pretty soon, so I plan on using this as my register and also as a slideshow for previous products that I've made in the past. It's a pretty easy build, so let's get started. So I started with taking measurements of the iPad, writing down its width, its length, and I also had to measure the border that was around the screen. And I had this piece of walnut that was a scrap from another project, and here I'm just roughly marking to see where I would make the cuts. And these pieces that I had happened to be the perfect width that I needed. I'm making a groove down the center of it so the iPad can sit into it. And I do that by first cutting right down the middle and then sneaking up on that cut on both sides. And if you have a dado stack, this would be the perfect time to use it. And then trimming it to its length. So on the bottom of the piece, I wanted to make sure that I had space for the charger. So here I'm just marking out where I need to make that cut. And for the back panel, I used this piece of pine. So I'm just trimming it to its width, and then I ended up having to resaw it so that it fits flush with the walnut. And I really should have used a hardwood here because it ended up being really thin. And time to go inside. So I gave the back panel a quick sanding just to get rid of some of the saw marks. Gluing this was a lot harder than I thought it would be. So this is what I came up with. For the legs, I used this 2x2 piece of poplar. And I don't have a drill press, so I'm just trying to drill as straight as I can. And I had two pieces at that longer length and one of these shorter pieces. So here I'm just putting it together. I'm just attaching the top part of it with one screw. And I'm doing that because I wanted it to swivel from landscape to portrait. I'm cutting the base out of this 1x6. So I'm just marking it to its length and cutting it down on the miter saw. To attach the legs to the base, I'm just drilling and countersinking for screws. And it's time to sand all the parts. So for this project, I only sanded to 120 grit. I didn't feel it was necessary to go any higher than that. To attach the legs to the base, I'm just using 1 1/4 inch screws and a little bit of glue. I should have had all of this assembled before I attached it to the base. would have made it a lot easier.